We have arrived in Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan, a country with absolutely picturesque nature and rich culture. Geographically being a part of Central Asia, Tajikistan is now involving itself into regional integration processes, even more actively promoting cooperation on a range of topics. These days, Dushanbe will host the President of Kazakhstan, President Tokayev, who will pay his state visit to the country. A reporter with President team, as usual, will follow the agenda of the visit to know all the important details. So let's get started. The day of the visit starts. Streets are decorated with the flags of the countries. Policemen are patrolling the city. We're approaching the airport, where the arrival of the honored guest is highly expected. The status of the state visit implies the higher level of preparation. You can see people in the national clothing are gathering in the airport. Very soon they will be joined by the soldiers of the Guard of Honor. The preparations in the airport are underway. Despite the hottest in the summer temperatures, people are smiling, repeating the words and moves they will perform very soon.
ما امروز خیلی خوشحال هستیم که سران دو دولت را پیشواز میگیریم، از آن جمله پرزیدنت جمهوری تاجیکستان و پرزیدنت جمهوری قزاقستان. ما خیلی شاد میباشیم که پرزیدنت قزاقستان به کشور ما به مهمانی آمدند.
Now the presidential board has landed. Emomali Rahmon, the president of Tajikistan, steps forward to greet his counterpart. The head of state just arrived in the capital of Tajikistan, Dushanbe city. As you can see, he is welcomed by the president of Tajikistan, Emomali Rahmon. So the state visit now has officially started. Before setting off to the important negotiations, two presidents enjoy the performances of Kazakh and Tajik traditional dances. Diplomatic relations between Kazakhstan and Tajikistan were established on January 7, 1993. Since then, developing gradually and incrementally. 2015, two countries signed the Treaty on Strategic Partnership and mid-2023 Declaration on Allied Cooperation. Experts know that the relations will keep moving on to the highest level as both countries are seeking opportunities to enhance partnership in trade, logistics, agriculture, water management, and of course, security. Kazakhstan and Tajikistan today jointly participate in such organizations as CIS, CSTO, and SCO. UN and OSCE also remained as important platforms for cooperation between two states. Now the leaders of states have arrived in the official residence of the President of Tajikistan. The welcoming ceremony starts now in the palace of the nation, the official residence of the President of Tajikistan. Now you can see that the leaders of two countries are listening to the national anthems of two countries. Now the anthem of Kazakhstan is playing, and also you can see the salute is going on in the skies. The ceremony is accompanied by the soldiers of the Guard of Honor and also with the participation of the delegations of the two countries. The welcoming ceremony proceeds with a parade of the military units of the Guard of Honor. The presidents take a couple of minutes to discuss something in the yard of the residence and then proceed inside the building. Tajikistan plays an important role in maintaining stability and security in Central Asia. Being also a highland country removed to the international transport routes, Dushanbe is very interested in fostering transport connectivity in the region, implementing mega projects in transportation and logistics sectors. That will help to enhance regional integration processes here in Central Asia and also bolstering the common grounds for a political dialogue. The first meeting in the Palace of the Nation is in the narrow format. President Tokayev emphasizes that he attributes great importance to regular high-level meetings, which serve as a solid basis for strengthening the Kazakh-Tajik multilateral partnership.
Relations between Kazakhstan and Tajikistan are developing successfully on an upward trajectory in almost all directions. We are reliable allies. We appreciate Tajikistan's attitude towards Kazakhstan, but we cannot stop halfway. We must move forward. Therefore, the task of this visit is to give the most serious impetus to the development of our cooperation.
Like, for example, in energy, this sector has a strategic importance in bilateral relations. Two countries, fortunately, are on the same page on the issues related to energy security. The relevant memorandum was signed between ministries of energy of Kazakhstan and Tajikistan.
We are now already discussing the possibility of mutual supply of electricity. During the last 2 months, the Tajik energy system has entered the so-called Central Asian Energy Ring, which creates additional opportunities for trade in electricity. And we are also considering various options for cooperation in oil and gas. Tajikistan has built processing facilities. They are interested in hydrocarbon crude from Kazakhstan, and we are ready to enter into mutually beneficial negotiations.
What volumes of supply are we talking about?
Now we are talking about framework agreements. Kazakh Gas Company from our side, and also the operator from the side of the Republic of Tajikistan will be determined. They will specify the conditions, format, and how much of Kazakh oil will be suitable for processing. In general, we are very constructive about serious cooperation in the field of electricity, oil and gas.
Now the meeting in extended format has started, so you can see that the counterparts are keeping to discuss bilateral cooperation now with the participation of the members of the government of the countries.
Trade is something that both Astana and Dushanbe are ready to expand. The goal for the nearest future is reaching $2 billion in mutual trade. First of all, the prospects for growth in trade lie in agro-industrial sector.
We have already crossed the 1 billion mark, and 2 billion, as noted by the heads of state, is an achievable figure. The main areas for increasing trade turnover are traditionally our agricultural products and industrial goods. And for example, 85 items worth about 700 million. This is the nearest prospect, what we can make in reality.
Now, two leaders proceed to the ceremony of the exchange of the documents. The ministers stand by prior to the announcements. Presidents Tokayev and Rahmon start with signing a treaty on allied relations, a truly historic moment, and unexpectedly, the pen of Tajik leader is not working. There is no panic. The head of protocol of Kazakhstan swiftly passes the pen to his counterpart, and situation is being resolved successfully. Kazakhstan and Tajikistan plan to develop cooperation in metallurgical enterprises and also assist production, processing, storage of agricultural products for their further export. This significant move will help to boost economies of two Central Asian countries, Minister of Industry of Tajikistan noted.
We propose at this point to move to the next stage in the development of relations and announce an industrial partnership between our countries.
What will it include, if in more detail?
Look, there are advantages of our national economy, and there are also advantages of Kazakhstan's economy. There is a great export potential of Kazakhstan, and we have, for example, opportunities to create logistics centers in the south of Tajikistan and sell the products of Kazakhstan, or to process and then selling in the markets of Pakistan and Afghanistan. And this is more than 300 million people.
Partnership in digital sector is another prospective direction of cooperation. Minister of Digital Development of Kazakhstan, Ruslan Madiyev, for example, informed the heads of state about the beginning of work on websites with the state agencies of Tajikistan.
We're actively working with Tajikistani colleagues in terms of developing the cooperation in digital sphere, in particular in sharing our experience on eGov, electronic government. We're sharing some components for them to develop in their country, especially there's a single platform for creating websites for public sector. Another area of cooperation, we are providing training for 100 specialists from Tajikistan on 6 different IT areas. So we are planning to give them all the knowledge on programming, Python programming, C++, and so on and so forth. Also, we are opening an IT hub here in Tajikistan.
When will be opened?
This year. This year, yeah. The startups of Tajikistan as well as Kazakhstan will be able to use it to meet with the investors, to do the pitching, acceleration programs and incubation programs.
Now, in the joint statement to the press, presidents underlined that during the negotiations, the two sides confirmed mutual desire for further rapprochement with brotherly nations and also comprehensive deepening of Kazakh-Tajik relations.
С удовлетворением отметили, что между нашими странами
I note with satisfaction that there are no problematic issues between our countries. We have agreed to continue to make every effort to strengthen our mutually beneficial multifaceted partnership. On the eve of the visit, a Kazakh-Tajik business forum was held in Dushanbe, within the framework of which a number of commercial contracts were concluded, and agreements worth more than $1 billion were reached. In this regard, Emomali Rahmon and I gave instructions for the full implementation of the agreements reached. During today's confidence-building negotiations, we reaffirmed our mutual determination to continue to support regular political dialogue. They resulted in the signing of important documents that significantly strengthen the legal basis for Tajik-Kazakh interaction. I would like to emphasize the historical significance of the signing of the Treaty on Allied Relations.
Right after the press briefing, we approached the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Tajikistan to know his opinion on a newly signed treaty on allied relations.
Международным, региональным и двусторонним отношениям появляются новые возможности.
In international, regional and bilateral relations, there are new opportunities for an atmosphere of trust and cooperation between our countries. We will consult more, trust each other more, and strengthen cooperation. There are great prospects now for the relationship.
There are great prospects now for the relations, and what can be said in the context of Central Asia, its integration processes?
In the context of Central Asia, our states are open. We have repeatedly stated on these issues, and we think that we already have the same agreements with other countries. We are always in favor of peace, security, and peaceful coexistence in this region.
The second day of the visit continues here in this improvised garden full of fruits, veggies and provision made in Tajikistan. Like, for example, here, look, this is a construction which is designed like a tree and decorated with the grapes. So the best of the local agricultural market will be presented to the heads of Kazakhstan and Tajikistan. And this is a very brilliant moment and brilliant opportunity for the local good producers to expand their presence in the Kazakh market, but also in the Central Asian market.
We have spoken to a beekeeper from Tajikistan who proudly told us about one of the fastest developing industries in the country.
Beekeeping in Tajikistan is a young industry. In recent years, beekeeping in our republic has been developing rapidly. Today, at this fair, we have brought different types of honey from different districts of the republic. Our production pleases with its quality.
Final accurate of the visit, President Tokayev and Emomali Rahmon examined the fare of the agricultural products of Tajikistan, including melons, fresh fruits and vegetables, and also familiarized themselves with the national dishes, including several varieties of pilaf and various types of flatbreads and kulchi.
Kazakhstan and Tajikistan will enhance its allied partnership, developing economic, business, political and cultural ties. Astana and Dushanbe have all leverages to take this partnership to a new level. That's it for today. See you next time.